Good evening, everyone, and welcome into the 2015 MotoOption Supercross Series presented by Fly Racing, a RaceFactorGaming.com event, live here on Star Systems TV. My name is Kellen Brauer here, bringing you coverage of Round 15 from Santa Clara. And sit back and relax as we've got heat race action coming up here in just a second for the 450 class. You see last week's winner at Houston, Tyson Fresquez, putting looks like Brandon Berg or somebody over a berm. We got 450 heat number 1 coming up. We have got 20 riders going for 6 laps, and the top 4 transfer to the main event. All other runners headed to the semi races coming up a little bit later on in tonight's program. Just want to get a quick check in the chat if you guys can hear me and see everything that's going on the screen. Make sure we've got our audio and video checked before we get going here tonight, and hopefully provide you guys some good action. I apologize. Remember last week I was not able to stream everything. That was due to my mother's birthday, so happy late birthday to my mom. But I was out spending that with her. Only was able to do the main events, but we're back for a full program tonight. And the going is good. All right, here we go. Restart time. Michael Wheeler, Race Factor Gaming, calls for the restart in the server, and we are set to go for 450 heat number 1 in Santa Clara. Very tough track this week. Oh, that's not the direction I wanted to go. All right, let's find someone we can get right in the middle here. Holden Code on the 71 looks to be about the middle. It's time to go racing in Santa Clara. And we've got a no-show from Holden Coates, so we got a drag race to turn 1. Looks like the 57 of Schiabro is going to get there. Brandon Berg sneaks around the inside. He's going to grab that hole shot, although actually I believe the hole shot line is right here as he comes over and gets the hole shot officially. So Brandon Berg leads the field early over Schiabro, who got to the corner first but slipped just a little bit wide. I'm actually kind of wondering if Schiabro might be a part of motorsport.com now, or some sort of iteration of the bunch, as he's wearing Matt James's number 82 gear, and he's been riding a Motorsport Suzuki last couple weeks. But he just got passed by Spencer Turley as Turley goes around the outside, hanging on to the spot. Berg getting away up front. Schiabro trying to jump past Turley. He's going to get the line. Looks like he's also going to get the pass done. Turley fighting back. No, going to check up. Sits in third. Go back to Tyson Fresquez. He is running in that 4th spot. Oh, and Schiabro just went down, so that's going to move Jeremy Siebold of the Tiger Designs team into 4th. Although he's all over the place, he might get passed here by Chad Green, and he does. Green into the final transfer spot over the line to complete the first official lap. Of course, Barrington building this track off the original track map, not the revised one that we saw come out today. So that first section goes backwards, and you jump over the berm, U-turn down the start straight, and then you'll eventually be going the right way on the track. But the whole first lap is definitely a lot longer than a regular lap time. So these guys continue on. Looks like Fresquez got around Spencer Turley. Now he's going to have to go try to catch Brandon Berg. So Fresquez coming on late here, reminiscent of former teammate Austin Jones, who in 2012 took forever to get a race victory and then finally clicked off 2 ones at the very end of the season. Fresquez really on a charge, going to try to go get Berg. Back to Spencer Turley coming down the straightaway here. And Siebold now up into the final transfer spot as Chad Green has slipped back. Looks like he is under attack from the 12 machine of Race Carlin. Carlin to the inside, shows him a wheel, but Green powers out of the corner. Talking to Carlin earlier this week, didn't seem to like the track very much. Kind of a general consensus for most people, it would seem. Some people like it, some people don't. You're just going to have that happen. Unfortunately, Barrington, the track creator, receives quite a bit of discomfort as people are constantly bitching at him about the track, but at least it provides some good racing as Berg continues to lead. Clicking on a lap number 4, we are halfway done with 450 heat race number 1. course, the 450 class, very interesting championship fight coming down to the end here. As last week Tyson Fresquez won, but of course Hunter Root finished second, while Jeremy Smith finished 8th. That stretched the points gap out to 13. Root over Jeremy Smith. Those are the only 2 guys really left in the title fight at this point. But there was a little bit of jabbing going on between those 2, and we'll discuss it further as they're in the next heat race. But jabbing during the week about the start of the race last week led to some interesting words. But Berg continues to lead this thing. Fresquez, you can see closing up there in the background. 2 laps left for Berg. Fresquez is going to make a run at the race lead. Jeremy Seabolt's moved into 3rd, while Turley has dropped back to 4th. There are lappers absolutely everywhere. Here comes Race Carlin on the 12. Comes up short at the end of the rhythm. And it looks like flat corners are not these guys' forte, that's for sure. Maybe they could take a page from Start Your Systems cornering and Supercross tutorial. Check us out on Start Your Systems on YouTube if you want to see more of that stuff. Carlin making a bid here for that final transfer spot. Really has tightened it up. See how Turley responds to this pressure. Carlin, big whipper tail. Almost landed in the back of him. Has to double this section. Loses a bunch of time. Turley off the track, though, is going to lose the spot as Carlin goes through into the 4th and final transfer spot. White flag is out for your race leader, Brandon Berg. But Carlin now holds that transfer spot. Actually, it's Tyson Fresquez who has the race lead. He's all the way down here at the other end of the stadium. Berg must have gone down. We've got a rider stuck in the pole down there as well. And Tyson Magic Manning, he's got that Puma internet. And let's see if we can't figure out who's stuck in this pole down here. It is Nathan Barnes. He's got that front wheel nice and stuck in that pole. Looks like he is going to take a trip to the semi. And yeah, no, looks like he's in there. So back up front. Fresquez completely lagged out on my screen. Basically watching Invisiman go as he's already probably crossed the line unless he's down. Either way, Brandon Berg goes by him supposedly and takes this win, although maybe Fresquez, yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on. Is Fresquez disconnected? No, looks like he's still in the race. Now it says he's past the finish line as he's all the way down here. And yeah, see, he did win by 7 seconds. So something's going on with Fresquez's internet tonight. And Berg ended up finishing 2nd, Seabolt 3rd, and Turley able to nab that final transfer spot, but only by .039. Man, I obviously missed that trying to figure out what was going on with Tyson. So cuts could be a factor there. Carlin just missed out. One might say by a pube. Quoting 2012 West Supercross champion Mike Owen. All right, we are waiting for these guys to wrap it up. Chad Green looks like he's the last runner to come to the line, and cuts are in. Carlin is the one that ends up with the cuts. Turley is headed to the main directly out of the heat race. Well done, Spencer Turley. Stuck in the wall over here, but we've got Fresquez, Berg, Seabolt, and Turley heading to the main out of this 450 heat number 1. So we will have 450 heat number 2 coming up on this restart, or rather the warm-up lap for 450 heat number 2. Every race has a warm-up lap in MotoOption Supercross. And once race director Michael Wheeler feels that everybody is sufficiently in the server, there's no lag problems, he will call a restart. And we will be on our way for that 450 heat race number 2. Let's see if I can't give you guys a quick little snafu of a rundown here. Whoa, loudness. All right, folks, so here we go. It is the warm-up lap for 450 heat number 2, and in this one, it looks like we have got Ivan Medina, Brady Stanley, Jacob LaRoche, Cody Darr, August Sanders, Brian Haskell, Rush Chapman, Michael Gonzalez, David Wright, Tyler Lewis, Jeremy Smith, Jack Haley, Aaron Robertson, Jeremy Shipley, Devin Davis, Devin Johnson, Samuel Bergeron, Tony Spinelli, your points leader, Hunter Root, and Benny Landry. So there you see on your screen the number 4 machine of Jeremy Smith. And I said in the last heat race there was some interesting exchange of words, not between him and Hunter, but rather Hunter speaking after last week's main event. If you recall, going into turn 1, Hunter was just behind Smith on the inside, and Smith ended up going down. Well, it turns out there was actually some contact there. Hunter got just into the back of Smith as they were entering the corner. And supposedly after the race, Hunter was doing some smack talk saying he did it on purpose. He says actually he wasn't doing it on purpose. He just got in there a little bit too hot and didn't expect Smith to have checked up that bad. Long story short, they are back on the line together this week. And hopefully we'll have a clean fight for the championship coming down to the wire here. 3 rounds left to go, but right now we've got 450 heat number 2 action from Santa Clara. Oh, looks like Smith had the jump coming down to the line, but the 22 of Brady Stanley just Aussie punts him. And by that I mean Brady Stanley's Australian has some vicious lag, uses the bubble and puts Smith down. He had the lead momentarily, but Tony Spinelli takes over the point, so we got a plethora of 250 East Riders up at the front right now. Spinelli leads Stanley, and then it looks like Devin Davis on the 24 is coming through. Davis very vocal about the track this week, not liking it. Right now sitting in a transfer spot, but jumps onto the back of Stanley. Stanley gets kicked off the track, but doesn't go down. And now Spinelli goes down with the race lead. And then the 291 looks like Jacob LaRoche, 93 rather, goes down. So now we have Brady Stanley in the lead after getting knocked off the track. Jack Haley moves up into second. Bergeron is third. Davis able to regroup for a 4th spot right now. Bergeron, he's going down, almost goes over the bars, ends up flipping over backwards. And now Hunter Root secures that final transfer spot on the 11 machine. Wow, Devin Davis wheeling down the straightaway. Getting that power to the ground on that Moto X Addicts 450 machine. Trying to chase down Jack Haley, while Brady Stanley actually getting away a little bit here at the front. Stanley looking very strong, actually podiumed last week. Made it an all-green machine podium. Oh, looks like Devin Davis had moved into second, but he goes down, so now Root's going to go into second. And Spinelli getting tied up here with Bergeron, it looks like. Sorry, I just missed that. And now Spinelli goes down. Bergeron into him. Davis slides out on the inside. Bergeron doubles out of the corner. And now we got a drag race to the line, but they get together. Somehow don't go down. Those new collisions working wonders. And Davis able to slide around the outside and hold on to the spot for now. But Jack Haley's back there lurking on that 54 ride. Bergeron kind of in a sandwich here. Jack Haley, let's see, he's going to cut under, get the drive. See who says lower. Davis up short, and Bergeron goes down. Now Jack Haley's going to pass both of them and move into that 3rd spot, it looks like. So Stanley leads from Root, and Haley, Davis, a little bit more problems back here, drops back to 4th. Might have Jeremy Shipley closing in on him soon. Shipley qualified very well this week, just like he did last week in Houston. And Shipley's been on a tear of late. Tony Spinelli trying to keep things close with the 39 of Jeremy Shipley. On to lap number 4, so we're just over halfway with these guys as Stanley continues to lead, 8.1 seconds ahead of Hunter Root. Oh, Davis out of shape in the whoops, got the table on all wrong. Still having some troubles, and Shipley's able to close in. This guy's really getting some big air off that triple, and Davis goes down. He went over the bars, so Shipley now into the final transfer spot, and Root was down as well. So here comes Jack Haley. He's going to move into that second place ride. And then Shipley sitting in fourth now. Oh, Spinelli down with Davis at the end of the rhythm. And somebody else flying in. Very tough rhythm sections this week in Santa Clara. Looks like Jeremy Smith right now is between Jack Haley and Hunter Root, but a lap down. Definitely not what Smith wants. Looks like he would have to make a trip to the semi from this one. He is currently in 16th place, and he goes down right in front of Hunter Root, but Root able to avoid him somehow, some way. Not too sure how. Oh, Root busts the quad mid-rhythm. Is he going to quad out? He does. A little short on the quad out, but it definitely looked like he gained some time on Jack Haley in the process, and then a quad in the middle of the rhythm here. Sound like Ralph Shaheen. We have got a quad. Drag race to the line. Root versus Haley side by side. Nice little scrubs from both of them. Root, all in all, should have gone outside there, but somehow decided that checking up and going behind Haley would have been the ideal line. I think he could have cut under and probably drag raced him down the start straight too. But that's okay. Both in transfer spots. Is Stanley going to bring this one home, it looks like. Got a pretty hefty lead, and he's going to quad in the middle of the rhythm as well. Quad from Stanley. So triple quad out of these guys looks to be the quickest line through that rhythm. Definitely not easy to do, though. So Stanley out of the final corner. Gets it done in 450 heat number 2. As he takes the race win. Haley looks like he's got second on lock. Root trying to get anywhere closer. Not going to do it. And Shipley holds down the fourth and final spot. A lot of green in these transfer spots right now. Davis pretty far back. Doesn't look like he's going to get close enough. So we'll watch Shipley here to the end. Make sure he makes it through smoothly. Double to the line, and the 39 of Jeremy Shipley's headed to the main event. So the rest of the runners beyond Shipley will be headed to the semis. That includes Devin Davis, Michael Gonzalez, Samuel Bergeron, Tony Spinelli, Ivan Medina, Jacob LaRoche, and other runners. But there is heat number 2 winner Brady Stanley as he rolls away down the start straight inside of Levi Stadium in Santa Clara, California. Big news out of this one, Jeremy Smith, P16, not only headed to the semi, but not a very good gate pick for the semi. Unfortunately, it looks like that early crash that he had with Brady getting into the back of him going into turn 1 really cost him. All right, cuts are in. Top 4 not affected in any way whatsoever, so they are still solidified and headed to tonight's main event. So in just a moment, Michael Wheeler calls for a restart, and we will have the 250 class on the gate, 250 West action. And currently the gap's 17 points, if I'm not mistaken, between Matt Burkeen and Dade Honeywell in this 250 West Championship. No more Dennis Fjellberg, early season favorite and Anaheim 1 winner, has called it a season for Race Factory competition. Don't believe he's here tonight. He was here earlier today for the European MX Simulator Federation race. A race that he actually won. Either way, he is not in this heat. So I will give you guys a quick rundown of who we can expect to see in this 250 West Region heat number 1. We've got Clay Alfrey, Dominic Tipperino, Riley Goodfellow, Ryan Burke, Daniel Mills, Jack Fowler, Sheldon Litwiller, Nick Usick, Connor Peavy, William Syme, Jack Diduke. Not sure if that's correct or not. Never seen your name before. Dade Honeywell, Ty Brakefield, Craig Leake, John Rollins, Tanner Thorson, Dominic Saulnier, and Aaron Vargas. So if you're watching this back later on YouTube, Jack Diduch, D-I-D-U-C-H, please tell me if I'm pronouncing your name correctly. I don't like to get names wrong. Don't usually do it very often, but when I do, I like to be corrected. So Dade Hornywell, very clever play on his own name. Oh, and he goes down, but of course, this is just a warm-up lap. All right, here we go. Restart coming up. We've got 6 laps, top 9 transfer to the main event coming up here in 250 heat race number 1. Let's find somebody here more in the middle. Sheldon Litwiller on the 934 machine looks to be right in a prime position there. And here we go. 250 West action is underway, and Litwiller gets a terrible jump, but he's going to swing wide and try to beat everybody through the inside of the corner, it looks like. Clay Alfrey, first one to the corner, but he gets cut down by Daniel Mills. Alfrey's still able to triple in, and he is going to slot himself into that first spot. Cuts the bails, but still takes the whole shot. Dominic Tiberino and Nick Usyk battling back here. Usyk wheeling down the straightaway, gets Honeywell into him, and then John Rollins stacks up. We got a big pile up coming as Honeywell is off the bike on the inside. Rollins gets collected with the 303 who just got going. Usyk, to be honest, Honeywell kind of started that all, forcing the issue on Usyk, although Usyk was taking a very strange wide line into that corner. So I guess you could chalk it up to a racing incident, but a lot of these guys involved in that crash are still stuck back here, and Honeywell's going to get caught up again, and Honeywell now sitting not in a very good position, almost gets collected again with another rider. So we'll have to track the progress of Honeywell as he comes through. We got more riders going down, though, as Alfrey leads away from Tiberino. Daniel Mills, Usyk was down on the rhythm back here, so Jack Fowler got by. Ryan Burke, Usyk just got back up. Brakefield, Connor Peavy, John Rollins, Sheldon Litwiller, Riley Goodfellow, Dominic Saulnier, Craig Leake, and then Honeywell coming through. He just moved up into 13th around Craig Leake. Needs to get himself into the top 9 to transfer to tonight's main event. Obviously doesn't want to have to go that last chance qualifier with that red plate. Wouldn't that be very Ken Roczen-ish of him, though, as this is the second to last round for the 250 West campaign. Michael Wheeler decreeing that the Vegas Supercross will be a points round for the 250 class, as it is not such in real life. And Honeywell almost got by that, somehow stayed on the bike. Moves himself up to 11th currently. Saulnier in front of him, and Brakefield in the final transfer spot. Ooh, looks like Ryan Burke maybe was having some issues there on the 387. Now Honeywell right into this mix. Stays low. Let's see what he can do to Brakefield. Inside move, slides it down. Very aggressive, and it costs him. Now he's got Dominic Saulnier drag race him to the corner, and Honeywell chop blocks him into the corner, shuts the door. He's still in P10. Has to go get Brakefield again. I apologize to the race leaders. I know that try to follow the race leaders as much as I can, but championship implications here. Honeywell needs to get to the main event, and there he goes into P9 now. And looks like he might get P8 and even P7 here. Jumps off the track, though. Rejoins. Ryan Burke is right there. Honeywell's got to be careful. He cannot afford to go down. Cuts the bails to get a pass done. Very immature riding, I must say. Not the true showing of a champion just yet, that's for sure. Cutting the bails to pass someone. Could get penalized from that if anyone protests him. As Alfred is leading this race, he's got 2 laps to go as he clicks off lap number 4. Tiberino still sits second. Daniel Mills has run a very solid race. He is in 3rd. Then Rollins is in 4th. Usyk coming the other way on your screen is in 5th. Connor Peavy, as we're just doing circles now. Look, more circles. Dominic Saulnier with Ryan Burke. Jack Fowler. Let's get going the other way here. Looks like Honeywell still not out of the woods with Craig Leake and Ty Brakefield, but Leake goes down, and so does Brakefield. So now Honeywell has plenty of breathing room as he is running in the... No, he's not actually. He needs to go get Jack Fowler. I thought he was in 9th. My apologies. He is in 10th. So Fowler wants to hold on to this transfer spot. Honeywell wants to get it. Oh, Fowler messes up the section. So does Honeywell, though. So both kind of even out. Fowler hanging on to the spot. I don't know what kind of line Fowler was going for there. But Honeywell now takes the spot. We'll come back to this battle in just a second. I want to give credit where credit is due as Alfred is leading this thing wire to wire. Tiberino did not lose sight of him. Looks like contenders that were close in the battle to get Honeywell no longer really in it. As Fowler went down, Honeywell's already over the line, so I think P10 is going to go a lap down as Alfred brings this one home to win 250 West, heat race number 1. Oh, Tiberino gets put wide by Fowler now. Mills, Usyk, Peavy, Rollins. Rollins and Peavy battling it out. Rollins around the outside gets the spot. Saulnier, Burke, and Honeywell. So Honeywell fortunate enough that Leake went a lap down. He's going to go to the main event. Looks like it's going to be in 9th unless he can get one of these 2 guys that are battling, and they're going to go down. So Honeywell's going to get gifted 3 spots here, or 2 rather, as he goes to 7th. There's another rider down, and that was just a lapper. 5th and 6th over the line. And Honeywell's going to pick up 7th here. Connor Peavy 8th and Ryan Burke in 9th. So that was very interesting. Perhaps a chink in the armor for Honeywell. If he gets another bad start like that and Burkeen goes on to win the race, could mean bad news. All right, we are just waiting to see if anything happens here. All right, we've got a restart coming. Cuts didn't look like they affected anything either, as of course the top 9 were the only riders left on the lead lap. So unless somebody went completely through like 8,000 bales and got docked a whole lap, top 9 would be solidified in transfer spots no matter what. So we've got 250 West heat number 2 coming up in just a second. But first we've got the parade lap. Tell you guys who is in this one. Oh, looks like Chase Donovan made it in. So maybe he, yeah, he wanted to live stream tonight with me. But it looks like he's actually going to race. Matt Burkeen here on the 18 machine, right in the middle of your screen, sandwiched between Thomas Wilcox and the 47. Excuse me. Not sure who the 47 is, to be honest. Let's give you guys a quick rundown, though, before we get a restart. We've got Caleb Hall, Tyler Lang, Daniel Batchlick, Connor Holiak, Nick Pleshik, Thomas Wilcox, Robert Wilson, Neil Wells, Matt Burkeen, Chase Donovan, Ryan Kessler, Sol Coburn, Travis Schroeder, Aaron Winter, Sammy Holt, Aaron Hachi, Robert Nash, Riley Moran, and Nick Carvalho. Carvalho. Apologize for any botched names. Getting later in the season, less guys showing up and some new guys getting in on the action. Let's watch a little bit more towards the middle of the gate. Let's see. I guess Chase is a little bit more in the middle of the gate. It is time to go 250 West Heat Race 2 action. Racing in Santa Clara. The 721 got a good jump. Burkeen a good jump. Bachelet on the 100 is there. Wilcox looks like he's going to cut to the inside and block off Burkeen and take away the whole shot. Burkeen fighting back though, and he gets into Wilcox. So Wilcox with the official hole shot. Burkeen goes down. Kind of a bummer since I saw some guys in EMF earlier today cross-jumping at the end of that section. That is exactly what Wilcox just did right there, which sucks to see. Wilson is in second, Nash in third. Oh, and we got a bunch of chaos going on back here, so let's check in. Looks like Bachelet just got through into fourth after putting Schroeder on the ground, but he cased a triple. Holt trying to come through. Burkeen's already up to sixth. Then Aaron Winter goes down in seventh, and then a bunch of riders down on the triple. So we'll let that sort out as we go back up front and watch your leader, Thomas Wilcox, nailing the triple, triple, triple in that rhythm. And he will, in fact, lead lap number one as Robert Nash has taken the spot away from Robert Wilson. A couple Roberts battling it out, although the latter, Robert Wilson, usually goes by Monty. Robert Nash, the 2013 250 East Regional Champion, has had a tough go of things lately, and he's going to lose the spot as he goes over the berm. Thank you, Devin Davis, for the congratulations on my victory. Burkeen right now is on the move. Already up to the back of Daniel Bachelet. This is for fourth. Bachelet making all kinds of mistakes. Burkeen going to go outside, triple his way past him. So his next target would be Robert Nash, who is going the other way in this rhythm lane here. Oh, Wilson. Fortunately, Nash was there and kind of boosted him forward. So now Nash is about to be in a Aaron riding gear sandwich. I don't believe Burkeen is on Tiger Designs, but he is running that very interesting Aaron gear that Aaron Robertson made, as is Monty Wilson. Here comes Nash up the inside. Looks like he's going to get the spot. So out of that sandwich, wow, look at Monty throw it on that triple. And perhaps an inside move in order. No, Nash able to hold on, and Monty has to check up, loses a little bit of ground, and now here comes Burkeen. Burkeen not able to get the triple in the middle of that rhythm, though. So Monty gets away a little bit, but Burkeen closes up as Monty cases the triple out. Now we got lappers everywhere in the mix here. Oh my goodness. Man, what is going on with these lappers? It's Neil Wells. Gotta let the leaders through. When you get that blue bar, a couple riders actually just got suspended around for ignoring blue flags. Oh, looks like Nash was in and out of the bales down there. So here comes Wilson and Burkeen. Oh, Wilson gets into him. Burkeen somehow just slithered through that. And now look at all these lappers in the mix. Nash actually had a chance to get Burkeen back, but totally muffed up to step onto that table. So Burkeen's going to go try to get your race leader, Wilcox, who's amongst a lot of lap traffic as well. Looks like maybe the 34 of Holiak is in here, or not. Someone running the number 34 machine, but isn't Holiak. Giving all kinds of fits to Wilcox. Burkeen, Nash, Bachelet, and then Wilson, who's back to fifth. Donovan is in sixth, looking to make the main right here. Kessler is seventh, Moran eighth, and Aaron Winter, he goes down in ninth, so Sammy Holt's going to get the spot. It is Holiak. I'm not sure what my board is reading here, but For some reason, Holiak didn't show up on my live feed board. Wilcox trying to hold off Burkeen, who's definitely closed the gap a little bit. Nash actually really on a charge here, has closed up to Burkeen. Burkeen trying to become a champion, Nash a former champion. Nash all out of shape at the end of the rhythm, goes down. Wilcox just snuck by the 721 of Coburn. White flag in the air. Who's going to win this heat race? Burkeen going after it. Oh, Wilcox down with a lapper. Oh, but Burkeen is all out of shape, and the whoop somehow saved it, and then Wilcox goes over the bars behind him and collects the lapper again, the 242 machine. That's Aaron Winter, who's actually trying to battle for a transfer spot right now. So Nash gets by for second. Burkeen looks like he's going to check out. Batchelot now pressuring Wilcox. These two are good buddies. Wilson is fifth. Donovan trying to slide this thing home in sixth. In the bales. Out of the bales. Oh, we got Batchelot down. Wilcox able to sneak away. Final corner for Matt Burkeen, though, came from way back. But he's headed to the main with the best gate pick as he wins 250 heat number 2. Nash, very solid performance. Comes home second. Wilcox led this thing almost wire to wire. Collected with a lapper in the end. He comes home third. Wilson just going to beat Batchelot to the line for fourth. Donovan, is he headed to the main tonight? Excuse me. Double your way through. No need to get feisty. Triples out. There you go. Well done, Chase Donovan, making it into the main event. I believe that is his first. Kessler, Oakland Supercross winner, is going to pick up 7th. Moran and Holt, 8th and 9th. Aaron Winter was a lap down, so just like the other one, everybody but 9th was lapped. So these guys are over the line, and barring any cuts, looks like it'll stay that way. Nick Pleshik goes down. We're still waiting on him and Travis Schroeder to come through. I believe these are 17 and 18, and they are. And they come over the line, cuts in. A couple riders losing some positions, but that's about it. Top 9 stays the same. So that'll do it for heat race action at Santa Clara. Stay with us. We'll be back on the other side of this quick little break with more action of the 2015 MotoOption Supercross Series presented by Fly Racing.